Hi everyone, thanks for checking out the tropics with myself, Jewel, for J7409 Weather. I appreciate it a lot. If you haven't subscribed, please do so and click the bell to ensure that you get daily weather forecasts, severe weather that may be coming your way, all tropical updates all the time. I'd appreciate it so very much. I'm not going to go into everything I did this morning. We're going to get right to it now. We do have Tropical Depression 6. As I said, this thing would form over a week ago, and sure enough, it is a depression now. Probably it will be Tropical Storm Earn by probably sometime in the near future. That's what I'm thinking. Right now, it's got 35 mile per hour winds. The minimum central pressure, 1,010 millibars. If you're tracking 31.7 north, 72.5 west, and it's moving very slowly to the east at 2 miles, or 2 knots, I should say, 2 miles per hour. Then we have Dorian down here, the big story. Dorian is a little storm, but wherever she goes, if she goes around you, you're going to know it. The winds are still around 60 miles per hour, but it does have much higher gusts. Minimum central pressure, 1,002 millibars. 12.7 north, 58.8 west. Dorian is moving west-northwest at around 14 miles per hour. Here's a quick look at depression number 6 right now. You can see there's Bermuda out here. Here's my coast right in here. I don't know if you can see that little X or not, but that's the spot that it's at this afternoon. Going to kind of hang around just a little bit tomorrow, and very slowly in these areas. It's kind of stalled out, but we've got some pressure systems that's going to make it speed up and move on out, headed up towards the Canadian area, right in here, as you can see. So, with that all said and done, I want to just put this in your ear. Don't be surprised if coming up within the next 7 to 10 days, we see another depression come off the coast of Africa. We'll wait and see if that happens. This is just what I'm thinking by things that I've gone over. If so, that would be a name, Fernand. Okay? But I think this one will turn into Tropical Storm Earn in just a few days. And now, the big story, Dorian. Here we go. Here is the path from the National Hurricane Center now, as it has been updated, and it's looking more and more like what I said in my video this morning will happen. There's 2 scenarios that can happen, folks. Alright, it can go just over a little bit of the Dominican Republic, or right in between Hispaniola and Puerto Rico. If it does that, bad news for here. Something will come out of it, whether it's a tropical storm or whether it develops to be more. We'll have to wait and see. Now, if it were to go over the larger portion of the Dominican Republic, it would take the meat of it away. It would probably dissipate down so low that it probably would not generate except to in a tropical depression. But right now it's looking like still going to be a tropical storm. We're going to check more of that out. Right now, here's X marks the spot. Everything in blue is a tropical storm warning. Everything in yellow is a tropical storm watch. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but if you look really close, there's pink right around in here. This is around the area of St. Lucia. You are under a hurricane warning at this time. Now, I do want you to take note of something. The cone is very small right as of today down in here. The cone does expand where it can go either way. It can go either way. It could bounce over here further into Hispaniola, okay? Or it could come further out this way. I really don't think it's going to be a big threat so far as hitting a big impact on San Juan up in this area. I think it's going to go just a little south of Puerto Rico. Yeah, you guys will get a little wind, you'll get a little rain, but nothing that you can't handle unless things change. I will keep my eyes on it. But it's looking like, as we blow this map up just a hair here, where that line from the National Hurricane Center has this hurricane going when it will be a hurricane for sure, it's just over that little bit of land, as you can see. That's a bad thing for the U.S., okay? When it comes to Florida, when we bring this down, and you can see how the cone's going to open up. Now, if you look at all of the models, you have to go where the biggest cluster is. Where the most cluster is in the end of the lines is what more than likely the scenario will play out to be. There is one that has us coming up into Florida and then out in the Gulf. All the rest have it coming up into Florida and maybe a little further inland than it looked this morning, but then going back kind of up around, up around Orlando and out. So I'm going to have to watch this area right in here really closely. But I did want you guys to see this so you can see it a little bit better here. And for everybody down in Trinidad and Tobago, it's looking pretty good for you right now. We'll blow this up one more time for all my friends on the islands. You can see a little better now. This is what's happening. And as you can see, St. Lucia, all of you guys are under a hurricane watch at the moment. Now, no, I'm not going to read all of this to you, but I am going to read some of it because it's important and you need to know. But before I even get onto that, already in some of the work that has been put out by the National Hurricane Service for everyone in Florida by Saturday, it's not, I'm thinking if when it comes up that way, whatever it may turn out to be, whether it's a tropical storm, whether it's a hurricane, or whether it's dropped down to a tropical depression, whatever it may be, you're going to get some stuff out of it. I think probably a tropical storm. Let's hope that's what happens, but there is that chance. There's not a lot of shear wind. If there's not a lot at that time, as it's going past the Bahamas, it could turn back into a hurricane. We'll have to wait and see. Only time will tell, and I can't give you that answer now because it's too far away. But I do want to point out that the National Hurricane Center is already putting up that Fort Pierce, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Marathon, Florida, you are going to get something. Of what it may be, I do not know. We will find out later in the week. Now, hurricane watch in effect for St. Lucia, tropical storm warning in effect for Barbados, Martinique, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines. Tropical storm watch is in effect for Dominica, Grenada, and its dependencies, Saba, and St. Eustatius. Also, Puerto Rico. Now, the hurricane watch means you're going to get something within 24 hours. The tropical storm warning means you're going to get something within 36 hours. This is important right now, okay? Dorian is moving toward the west-northwest, around 14 as we know. Now, this motion is expected to continue through tomorrow night, followed by a turn toward the northwest Wednesday. Now, on the forecast track, the center of Dorian is expected to move near the Windward Islands this evening and tonight, and move into the eastern Caribbean Sea tomorrow. Now, Dorian is forecast to pass near or south of Puerto Rico on Wednesday and approach eastern Hispaniola by Wednesday night. Now, the winds are around 60, the gusts are higher, and strengthening is forecast during the next few days. And it's looking like Dorian could very well be a hurricane strength storm when it passes through the northern Windward Islands on Tuesday. And it is expected to be a hurricane when it moves near Puerto Rico and eastern Hispaniola. So keep that in mind. I'll give you some dates and some times there. Now, this is very important. The rainfall has changed. We don't need no mudslides going on, okay? But we could have some. Dorian's expected to produce a total rain accumulation of 3 to 8 inches in the Windward Islands from Martinique to South Vincent, including Barbados. Isolated maximum totals of 10 inches are possible across the northern Windward Islands. Rainfall totals of 1 to 3 are expected from the Grenadines to South Grenada and across Dominica, and rainfall totals of 2 to 4 inches with maximum totals of 6 are possible across Puerto Rico and St. Croix. Hurricane wind conditions, they're possible tonight, my friends, and early tomorrow within this hurricane watch area. That means down around St. Lucia. Tropical storm conditions are likely in the warning area by late today, and tropical storm conditions are possible within the tropical storm watch area in the Lesser Antilles tonight or tomorrow, and in Puerto Rico on Wednesday. Well, if you fish in that area, please stay in till the storm is over, okay? Swells generated by Dorian will begin affecting portions of the Lesser Antilles tonight and continue through tomorrow. These swells could cause life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. So that is what the gist of all this is for everybody down on the islands. I've told you what also and showed you also what it looks like it's going to do is come up to Florida. Now, of course, all of this can change. Nothing's wrote in stone, but I picked it out this morning. I picked up on it. I put all my stuff together. I computed a bunch of stuff. I tried to get the word out. It's too early for me to pinpoint anything down. Whether you live in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, wherever, South Carolina, it's too early. I can't give you a specific now. But as the days go by, give me at least till Thursday. Maybe I can nail it down a little better for you then. I have to have a few days to go by so I can check out the shear winds and they be accurate. So when I give you an answer, it is a correct answer and true answer to the best of my knowledge. So with all that said and done, all my people down on the islands, God bless you. I love you. You're in my thoughts and prayers. Everybody up in the Dominican and in Puerto Rico, the Bahamas, and also in Florida, we're going to watch you. Please keep your eyes on this. It's, once again, a small storm, but if it goes over you, you will know it. Take care. Have a good and a safe evening. Peace, love, and kindness to all. Please share this information with your friends and family to help me keep others safe. Thank you so much for watching.